Now, let's start with the chapter 7, that is the reflection of light. So over here, we are going to discuss some of the topics which we had already understood in our previous classes. That is the reflection of light, laws of reflection. About mirrors, we will discuss about the plane mirrors, then we will go for the spherical mirrors, uses of the mirrors, how the image used to form, the rules for the image formation, what are the formulas which we have to use to calculate the number of images or multiple images formed by a plane mirror, how we can calculate the images which can be formed, or the number of images which can be formed for the parallel set of mirrors. Then in spherical mirror, we will come to know about mirror formula, magnification, how we can do the calculation for those things we will study in this particular chapter. So again, I'm repeating this thing that most of the things we had already understood in our junior classes. So I don't think that you will have any problem for the basic understanding. Over here, the main concept would be, or main focus would be in the calculation, the different calculations which we are going to do for the spherical mirror. So that would be the major thing which we have to understand in this particular chapter. So let's understand again about the first thing. First of all, light. What is light, and then how it is causing reflection and those things. So you all know this thing that the light is a form of energy which makes us able to see anything. We are able to visualize anything, or we can able to see anything. That is because of the presence of light. It is a form of energy. And when we study about light, then we come for its various phenomena. And one of the phenomenon which we are going to study over here, that is the reflection of light. Even though we had also understood about the refraction of light, हम लोगों ने पिछले क्लास में रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्रैक्शन के बारे में पढ़ा था, और ये दोनों ही फेनोमिना जो है, ये दोनों ही फेनोमिना काफी इंपॉर्टेंट फेनोमिनन है, और बिकॉज ऑफ दीज टू फेनोमिनन्स we observe that the different kinds of vision can be done, or the things which we can see, or we can identify, that is because of these two phenomena. So over here we are mainly focusing on the reflection of light, and in class 10th again we will go for the refraction of light. So over here, reflection of light. Before we go for the reflection of light, I hope that you all remember the classification of the mediums, where we have transparent, translucent and opaque mediums. हम लोगों ने मीडियम्स को क्लासिफाई किया था जिसमें कि लाइट रे क्रॉस करती है, और उसमें हम लोगों ने देखा था कि थ्रू ट्रांसपेरेंट लाइट रेज कैन कंप्लीटली पास थ्रू, फ्रॉम ट्रांसलूसेंट लाइट रेज कैन पार्शियली पास, and from opaque light rays is not able to pass through them. So when the light ray is not able to pass through any opaque medium, then what happens? Then after hitting to that surface, it bounces back. And this bouncing back of light ray is called to be as the reflection of light. And when we understand about that the light ray crosses through a transparent medium or a translucent medium, over there that it used to bend from its actual position, and that bending of light ray is known to be as the refraction of light. So that we are going to study in the next class, but here we will go for the reflection of light, that how reflection goes and what the reflection means. So over here, when we want to define reflection of light, then basically we can say that reflection of light is the bouncing back of light rays from any surface. So when light ray used to hit to any opaque object, when it used to fall on any opaque object, then it gets bounced back. This bouncing back of light ray in the same medium is called to be as the reflection of light. तो जैसे कि अभी भी बता रहे थे कि किसी भी तरह के ओपेक मीडियम पे जब लाइट रे गिरती है तो वो उससे क्रॉस नहीं कर सकती है, तो जब वो उससे क्रॉस नहीं कर सकती है तब क्या होता है, वो बाउंस बैक कर जाती है, वो सेम मीडियम में बाउंस बैक कर जाती है, और इस बाउंसिंग बैक ऑफ लाइट रे को हम लोग रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट कहते हैं। तो ये हम लोगों ने पहले भी पढ़ा हुआ है, सो आई डोंट थिंक दैट देयर वुड बी एनी प्रॉब्लम टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. Next, we have to understand over here that when we classify the reflection, then we observe that we can distinguish, or we can classify it into two basic forms. Means the reflection can be classified into two different forms. That is the reflection as in the regular form, and reflection in an irregular form. So regular reflection and irregular reflection are the two basic forms of the reflection of light which we use to observe, which is depending on the kind of the surface from which the light ray has to bounce. So if the surface is smooth, then the light ray will reflect back in a parallel form or in a proper pattern. So that is called to be as a smooth reflection or a regular reflection. Whereas when light ray used to fall on any irregular surface or any uneven surface, then it gets bounced back with an irregular pattern or without any particular arrangement. Then under that situation, we say that it is an irregular reflection or diffused reflection. Okay, so this is a phenomenon which we can be observed for any opaque object, but just only depends on the surface of the medium from where the light ray has to bounce back. So if the surface is very much smooth, if the surface is even, then we will have a regular reflection which will create a shiny appearance. Whereas if the surface is uneven, irregular, then we will observe that the light ray will reflect back with an irregular pattern or without any particular arrangement. So that is called to be as irregular or diffused reflection. So mostly when we see for a plain mirror or any kind of mirror, we will observe a regular reflection. But for any other surface, we will observe irregular reflection. One of the very important thing which you need to remember, that irregular reflection is only that reflection which makes us able to see anything. जब हम लोग किसी भी चीज को देखते हैं तो और कहते हैं कि रिफ्लेक्शन के कारण ये चीज दिख रही है हम लोगों को, that is actually the irregular reflection. In most of the condition we observe irregular reflection only occurs. ज्यादातर situations में irregular reflection ही होता है. बहुत कम ही ऐसे situation होते हैं जहां पर कि हम लोगों को देखने को मिलता है कि वहां पर एक रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है. तो ज्यादातर सिचुएशन में इरेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन के कारण ही किसी भी तरह की चीज को हम लोग देख सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन, इवन रिफ्लेक्शन अगर हर जगह से होने लगेगी तो वहां पर एक लस्ट्रस कंडीशन हो जाएगा या एक ब्राइट कंडीशन हो जाएगा, जो कि हर सरफेस के लिए पॉसिबल नहीं है. वो कुछ ही सरफेसेस होते हैं या कहीं कहीं पर ऐसा होता है जहां पर कि हम लोग को वो स्पेसिफिकली दिखेगा. Now, then again, we are familiar with the laws of reflection also, because this also we had studied in our junior classes only. So when we go for the laws of reflection, so there are two basic laws on which we can define the whole reflection of light. So that is, the first law says that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all used to lie on the same plane on the reflection. तो जहां पर reflection हो रही है या जिस point पर reflection होती है, उसी पॉइंट पर इंसिडेंट रे, रिफ्लेक्टेड रे और नॉर्मल, ये तीनों ही लाई करती है. एंड आई होप दैट यू ऑल रिमेंबर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट रे, द रिफ्लेक्टेड रे एंड द नॉर्मल. So once again, incident ray is the light ray which is coming from the source. Reflected ray is the light ray which gets bounced back after reflection, and the normal is the perpendicular line which we used to draw on the surface to separate out the position of the incident ray and the reflected ray, which also leads to the formation of the angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So over here, the angle which forms between the normal and the incident ray is called to be the angle of incidence, and the angle which is forming between the normal and the reflected ray, that is called to be as the angle of reflection. So over here, when we come for the second law, we know this thing, that the angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection. So this is the second law. So the first law states that the incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray used to lie on the same plane. The second law states that the angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection. So these are the two basic laws which you need to remember, and there would be a verification of this law in the lab also. So you all have to perform an experiment in the lab to verify this law. So that is also there in your syllabus, which you have to do. Now we will come for the mirrors, which is the main topic of our this chapter. So when we come for the mirrors, then we say that mirrors are the reflecting surfaces which has an even and regular surface for the light to reflect over. तो अभी अभी हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन और इररेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन। तो उसमें जो रेगुलर रिफ्लेक्शन के बारे में था, उसमें हम लोगों ने समझा कि जब लाइट रे किसी एक इवन या रेगुलर सरफेस पे फॉल डाउन होता है, तो वहां पर वो इवनली बाउंस बैक करता है। और जब वो इवनली बाउंस बैक करता है, तो वो प्रॉपर इमेज वहां पर क्रिएट करता है, एक शाइनी अपीयरेंस क्रिएट करता है। और इसके लिए हम लोग मिरर्स का यूज करते हैं। बेसिकली मिरर्स जो होते हैं वो एकदम स्मूथ सरफेस होते हैं, जो कि प्रॉपर तरीके से लाइट रेस को रिफ्लेक्ट कर सकती हैं। एंड these are only the which we are using to form up the images also. Students, I hope that you remember we had studied about the real image and the virtual image. I will explain about that one also over here. But the images which we used to obtain, that is also been obtained through the mirrors only. So how we can define mirrors? So mirrors can be said to be as any smooth or regular reflecting surface which bounces back the light ray in an even manner or in a regular pattern. So that is called to be as a mirror. And when we come for the classification of mirror, then we observe this: the mirrors can be classified into two basic forms, that is a plane mirror and a spherical mirror. So a plane mirror is a kind of mirror where do we have a flat reflecting surface. So अगर हम लोगों के पास एकदम एक फ्लैट इवन रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस होती है, तो उसको हम लोग प्लेन मिरर के कैटेगरी में रखते हैं. And the another one is the spherical mirror. So spherical mirrors are those kind of mirrors which do have a spherical reflecting surface और कर्व्ड रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस. अगर ऐसे कोई मिरर जिसके पास एक कर्व्ड रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस होती है, तो उसको हम लोग स्फेरिकल मिरर्स में कहते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो मिरर होती है, इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ स्फेयर, and that's why it is also been considered to be as a spherical mirror. Okay, so if you have to define them, so in a simple way you can say this thing, that a plane mirror is a kind of a mirror where we used to observe that the mirror has an even or regular reflecting surface. Whereas when we go for the spherical mirror, then we used to observe that it is a kind of mirror where we have a spherical or curved reflecting surface. And over there, the concave mirror and convex mirrors are the two classes of mirrors which we do use to observe. तो spherical mirrors के अंदर दो classes या दो groups हम लोग को देखने को मिल सकता है, that is a concave mirror and a convex mirror. So these are also the things which we had already studied in class 7. Now let's go to the image formation by a plane mirror. So first we are going to discuss about the plane mirror, then we will discuss more about the spherical mirrors. So अगर हम लोग plane mirrors के बारे में देखते हैं, so plane mirrors used to form the images in a regular and an even pattern which we used to observe. जब हम लोग plane mirrors को देखते हैं, तो ये एक even और regular pattern में image बनाती है, and this is a very common mirror which you can see at your home also. So how do we observe the image can be formed on a plane mirror? So with this one, we will discuss it out. So here, what we can do, you can draw a mirror like this. You can draw a line or a mirror like this, and you draw some backlines over here. If you remember, I had already discussed this thing earlier, that the mirror's back used to be formed by either mercury or silver. Okay, so it has been coated with mercury or the silver, and with this shiny surface only, the other face used to behave like a mirror. So that is the formation of a mirror. How do we make a mirror? हम लोग mirror कैसे बना सकते हैं? उसके एक ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास पैनल को अगर हम लोग कोट कर देते हैं किसी एक साइड से by mercury or silver, then we can convert it into a plane mirror. And same thing we can go for a spherical mirror. So I will come for that one. So over here, few light rays you have to be very sure about. कुछ light rays है जिनके बारे में तुम लोगों को समझना चाहिए और याद रखना चाहिए. So over here says this is the mirror line or the mirror over here. The first light ray will come parallel to the principal axis, and when it will come parallel, then the light ray will reflect back on its same path. So according to the law of reflection, which we had already done in our previous classes. So over here, when the light ray is falling perpendicularly, it will reflect back perpendicularly. And the second light ray, if I allow it to come on this particular angle, then it will bounce on and it will reflect like this. And when it is going to reflect, if we will produce it at the backside, if we are producing this to the backside for both the reflected light rays, then we will observe that the image is going to form over here. Okay, students, one thing very important. I had used over here the complete lining to make you show the image. But for the virtual image, you will draw with dotted lines. Okay, you will use dotted lines to draw the image because this is a virtual image. Whenever we go for the virtual image, we used to draw it with the dotted line. Here I had used the complete line just to make you show that how the image is forming over here. So this is the pattern to form the plane image. इस तरह से हम लोग प्लेन इमेज को प्लेन मिरर से इमेज बना सकते हैं. तो जब भी हम लोग प्लेन मिरर के सामने में किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को रखते हैं, तो अच्छा एक चीज और भी ध्यान देने की बात है कि हम यहाँ पर सिर्फ दो रेज यूज किए हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ इस ऑब्जेक्ट से दो ही रेज पास कर रही हैं और उन्हीं दो रेज से इमेज बन रही है. असल में वो न्यूमरस लाइट रेज उसमें से क्रॉस कर रही है या उसमें से ट्रांसमिट कर रही है. But it is not possible for us to show all the images or all the light rays over there. That's why we are using only these two light rays. हम लोग बस ये दो light rays का यहाँ पर इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं या इन दो light rays का यहाँ पर इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं और इसके इसके कारण ही हम लोग का इमेज यहाँ पर बन सकता है. तो ये एक नीट डायग्राम है जिससे कि तुम लोग इमेजेस बना सकते हो. So in the book there is little bit confusing figures are given, but I will support that you go for this image. It is neat and clean diagram by which you can easily draw the or you can represent the image formation by a plane mirror. Now, when the image has been formed by a plane mirror, then we have to go for its properties also. That what are the various properties by which we can distinguish the different the qualities of the images. So let's see for that one, and then we will go for the uses of the images also. So over here, the first are the some basic characters by which we can classify or which we can use to explain for the image formation by a plane mirror. The very first, you can say that the image is a virtual image because it is forming to the other side of the mirror. Hence, it is a virtual image. Next one, it is upright. Upright means it is straight. Okay, its head is up and the tail is down. So that is upright. You can say it as erect also. Instead of upright, you can use the word erect also. Next, the image forms of the same size of the object. यहाँ पे जो image बन रही है, उसका size same होता है इस object के image से. And because of that, there would be a calculation when we will come for the magnification of the image formed by a plane mirror. That is +1. Remember this thing. This is a very important thing. The magnification of the image formed by a plane mirror is +1. This one I will explain in detail when I will go for the sign convention and I will explain for the magnification for the spherical mirrors. There I will explain it once again that how this magnification is +1. So for plane mirrors, it is always +1. So please remember this thing. Now the next thing is that the image is as behind as the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. Means the distance of the image which is going to form behind the mirror, it will be equal to the distance of the object which has been placed in front of the mirror. So suppose, for example, if the object is at a distance of 2 meters, then the image will also form at a distance of 2 meters. This you can also observe at your home. If you are standing in front of a mirror, then you will observe that the image is looking just inside the mirror at a certain distance. And if you are coming closer to the mirror, you will observe that the image is also coming closer to the mirror. On the other hand, if you will try to move back from the mirror, you will observe that the image is also going backside. So this is a phenomena which we need to remember over here. The next thing is that the object and the image is perpendicular to the mirror. So over here, the image and object both are perpendicular over their mirror with respect to the principal axis. And the last thing is that the image which is going to form, that is laterally inverted. So what is laterally inverted? Laterally inversion is a phenomenon which we used to observe for the image formed by a plane mirror, where the left appears to be right and the right appears to be left. यानी एक ऐसा सिचुएशन या एक ऐसा कंडीशन जहां पर कि जो प्लेन मिरर से जो इमेजेस बनती हैं उसमें हम लोग लेफ्ट को राइट के रूप में अपेयर होता है और राइट जो है वो लेफ्ट के रूप में अपेयर होता है. सो दिस इज अ बेसिक फेनोमेना व्हिच वी कैन ऑब्जर्व फॉर अ plane mirror. So these are the things which we had already studied in class 7. So I don't think that there would be any kind of problem or any kind of queries regarding to these things. But even though if you have any problem, if you have any confusion, you can ask. Yes, students, is there any problem till here? Till here, is there any doubt or any problem? Yes or no? No? Okay. So can we move to the next one? Okay. Now let's move to the next one. That is the uses of the plane mirror. Where do we use a plane mirror and for what it is been used? So everyone know this thing that a plane mirror is used in the domestic purpose for the dressing purpose. That is a very common thing. But else than that, there are also some places where a plane mirror can be utilized or can be used. That's a periscope and a kaleidoscope. That are the two important things as an optical device or optical instrument where the plane mirror can be used. And even else than this, there are so many other places where we can use a plane mirror. So you all had studied about that one and you know about it. So we will move to the next part. Now let's understand the number of images that can be formed by two plane mirrors. So if we are placing two plane mirrors together, then how many images can be formed? So there are some patterns and some rules which we need to remember. कुछ patterns, कुछ rules को याद रखना है, जिसके basis पर हम लोग count कर सकते हैं कि that how many images can be obtained or how many images can form if we are placing two mirrors with each other. अगर दो mirror को एक साथ रखते हैं, एक दूसरे के साथ रखते हैं, तो वहां पर किस तरह के कितने images बन सकते हैं. So students, over here you need to remember a simple formula or simple rule. एक simple सा formula और एक simple सा rule याद रखना है और इसके basis पर तुम लोग easily identify कर सकते हो कि कितने सारे images वहां पर बन सकते हैं. So suppose for example here I am keeping these two mirrors with each other. So the very first thing which you need to know that what is the angle between these two. इन दोनों के बीच के angle कितनी है. ठीक है, यहाँ पर जितना एंगल होगा उस एंगल के बेसिस पर हम लोग डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं that how many images are going to form. So suppose for example any object has been placed over here, this is also a plane mirror, this is also a plane mirror, then how many images can be formed over there. So I had given a simple formula over here, the arrangement of the formula with which you can easily identify that how we can calculate the total number of images that can be formed. So over here you can see the value which you need to calculate, that is 360 by theta. And what would be the theta? Theta would be this angle for which we are talking about. Means जो दोनों mirrors को place किया जा रहा है, उन दोनों mirrors के बीच का जो angle है उसको हम लोग को determine करना है. और इस एंगल के बेसिस पर हम लोग ये कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं या आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं कि कितने इमेजेस वहां पर बनने वाले हैं या कितने इमेजेस वहां पर बनेंगे. तो जो भी थीटा का वैल्यू होगा उसको हम लोग 360 से डिवाइड करेंगे. तो जब मेरे पास एक क्वांटिटी आएगा, कोई भी क्वांटिटी आ सकती है, दैट कैन बी एनी पर्टिकुलर नंबर, जो भी क्वांटिटी आएगा हमको चेक करना है कि वेदर इट इज एन इवन और एन ऑड नंबर. तो हमको देखना है कि ये इवन जा रहा है या ऑड जा रहा है. तो अगर इवन जा रहा है तो उसके सिचुएशन में एक देखेंगे फॉर्मूला, और अगर ऑड हो रहा है तो उसके सिचुएशन में हम लोग देखेंगे एक फॉर्मूला. So suppose for example if it is in the condition of the even number, मान लो कि अगर वो even number के बेसिस पर अगर आ जाती है, तो even number के बेसिस पर अगर हम लोग कैलकुलेट करके देखते हैं या even number के लिए अगर हम लोग देखते हैं कि सपोज कोई एक नंबर आया और वो मेरे पास even नंबर आ गया, तो even नंबर के लिए चाहे वो सिमेट्रिकल हो या असिमेट्रिक हो. सिमेट्रिक और असिमेट्रिक का मतलब क्या होता है? You know this thing, you had studied in maths, the point of symmetry